The United Nations Human Rights Council has kicked off its 4-week regular session in Geneva. 9 heads of state and representatives from more than 130 countries will discuss efforts to promote and protect human rights. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres addressed the meeting via video message. And for more, let me bring in our correspondent Julia Lyubova in Geneva. Hello there, Julia. So what's been discussed so far at the meeting?
Well, that's right. The 46th session of the Human Rights Council this year, the first one this year, has got underway here in Geneva. And Monday sees the first day is a high-level segment with speeches delivered by various leaders of countries and also foreign ministers and prime ministers. And because of the pandemic, most of these meetings and speeches will take place online by video messages, but also there will be meetings taking place at the United Nations office in Geneva in person as well. But the first person who spoke during the high-level segment was the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, and one of the main items from his speech was, of course, COVID-19 pandemic. Guterres criticized countries that use the pandemic to justify crackdown on dissent, but also, as well as Guterres, UN Human Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet, she also delivered her speech on Monday morning, and she decried countries using COVID-19 as an excuse to impose restrictions on public freedoms. Bachelet also warned about the medical impact of this COVID-19 pandemic, and she said that it's far from over. Antonio Guterres, he also criticized inequalities related to COVID-19. The disease, he said, has taken a toll on women, minorities, refugees, people with disabilities. And Guterres also criticized the vaccine access. He said that more than 130 countries around the world have yet to receive a single dose of vaccination. And he said that vaccine equity is ultimately about human rights. And he said that vaccine nationalism denies this. Also, Antonio Guterres voiced his concerns about misinformation around the world about the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, of course, this session will take place over the next 4 weeks in Geneva. And during Monday, there will also be other speeches delivered by other leaders. And actually, this year it's different because the United States is set to renew its participation of the Human Rights Council after a 2.5-year walkout during the Trump administration. And well, during those weeks, there will be calls for actions from various governments. And at the end, resolutions will be taken to make those actions a reality.